An inventive young man near Battleground, Washington has come up with a unique way of exploring the backcountry near his home. Pat Wilkins reports he rides the rails on a bicycle.
Will Pickering is the conductor on the Shalachie Prairie tour train that runs out of Battleground, Washington. At age 18, he is the veteran staff member on the line, has worked the Shalachie since he was 14. That was an age when he didn't have a driver's license, and so he came up with a way to get to work that avoided car traffic. He took to the rails with his bike. And now, whenever Will takes off on his bicycle, he could either be going to work or simply cruising the rails to explore additional miles of the country near his home. Will lives about 8 miles from Battleground, where the railroad is headquartered, and he says he figures riding the rails is safer than the highway. And of course, he knows when the train runs. However, he did have an accident once.
Wasn't really paying attention. There was a little late to work, and there was a log across the tracks, and hit that, and the bike flipped over and went down the river, down towards the river.
Did you go into the river, too?
No.
People who know Will were not the least bit surprised when he came up with his outrigger bike contraption. He's built things a lot more complicated, like a couple of go-karts, one for himself, another for a younger brother. He also built a computer that his dad, who works for the Washington Department of Natural Resources, finds often comes in handy. In fact, electronics will be Will's main course of study when he enters Vancouver's Clark College this fall. He's also currently tinkering with a two-bicycle setup that will make it possible for him and a second person to cruise the rails. Of course, Will is concerned, as are lots of other people in the area, that the Shalachie Railroad is in financial trouble and its future is in doubt. But even if the train doesn't run, Will probably still will be. He says there are about 35 miles of track, and he's covered only about 20 of those on his bike. What he'd like to do next, he says, is ride clear to Shalachie Prairie, or even down to Vancouver. Near Battleground, Washington, Pat Wilkins, Channel 2 News.
Definitely needs to know when the train's coming on that one.
That's right. What an inventor, like a young
great.
Thomas Edison. Another great day. Jim Bosley will be here next. Tell us